well as Deathwing is going to be landing down towards the backline, trying to do their best right there and getting some damage into this enemy team. Cataclysm to get them towards the friendly side, but also get some damage over time on the ground. Combustion from the Blaze will be popped, as that also will be the Biotic Emitter going down on the ground. Lili will be going down right there. Water Elemental, excuse me, the Water Dragon going to be summoned, but I don't think it actually was procced once again. Oh, Viv is going to go down. They actually get the Calamity value right there as they dove onto the Lunara, but they, or excuse me, the Cassia. The back and forth over that. No, it was Lunara. Sorry, I was reading the death markers backwards. The Dude Man is going to be going.
APOC gonna start the engage, coming in. Nice jet propulsion to follow it up. The Blessed Shield comes out, or the Cursed Bullet comes out. Blaze uses combustion, puts out a ton of damage, as well as the Falling Sword, but both of the frontliners have fallen for the red team. That being said, Deckard and Ragnaros have fallen for our blue team, and a nice dive there from Rhaegar is going to secure the kill onto Sylvanas.
Against a lot of catapult pressure in that open lane. ETC goes in, so is the Dragon Blade. Dragon Blade hitting the back line, and the stun on Zul'jin prevents him from using Taz Dingo in time. But kill will be traded out. Genji is down. Thrall is so low. Chthon's in trouble, and it's going to be a Gora Monster getting out alive. He's going to be targeting. Doberman managed to get a mosh pit, but I think Doberman goes down first, and it's going to be, I think that's undoubtedly a 4th kill.
To see the blue team all bunched up. They kind of are right now. You could think about it. Oh, there's the Blessed Shield. There's the Leap. There's the Orpea ult. Sound Barrier in response, though, and a big protected by Kuzan will save the tank player of this team. Kylie Stark in the front line now, bearing the brunt of the damage. Possibly going down. Oh, big stun onto Raynor from the Immortal, and Kuzan doesn't have any more protected to save him. Enthalpy spears in. Rikihime going down. Mez, the sole survivor of this fight, and this is...
Going to start flying or rotating down over here. Kel'Thas will be hit with the web wrap. That's going to be 8-bit getting pushed to the far side of this. Gust into the corner as well. They're not going to be able to play into that, but I think there's a little bit of chain bomb value spreading around right there. They did go into there's going to be a mosh pit from ATC on the left-hand side. There will be a cleanse as well. This Sylvanas gets away on the left. This Duck Rogers diving onto Silver, who does pop the Arcane Barrier power slide from Robert. This is such a split fight right now as the Chen Stormwrath and Fire was proc. Duck Rogers, the last little bit of damage. Power slide from ETC and a face melt should be enough, but they use the Dark Flight to get further away, but the minion wave is a little too OP, and the...
Puts so much damage onto it. And we do have the various abilities coming out, but the Fear gonna push all but Johanna off thanks to that nice unstoppable. The Sound Barrier comes out for the side of Team Rainbow Strike Go, but Lucio is the first to fall. Kingleberry getting low as well. So much AoE damage coming in from the Zool. And Greymane, the next, we do see Samuro finally falling, but Mernon is fallen as well. In 4v5, because of the choke point here, we are going to see a team wipe, only Samuro falling for Randy Newman, and they take the boss and the level 20 talents.
Albattox will start the channel. Will anyone get an interrupt on it? Synchrony is looking for it, does manage to get it, along with the Blessed Shield engage, and all ults are going out. Warden's Cage, Graviton Surge, as well as the Poison Nova, and it is the members of Intras Anonymous coming out massively ahead in that fight.
It actually looks like it's going to be Xenoender contesting this. Bruiser barely gets on the point. Big Sleeping Dart. Everyone's just comboed in the Light Bomb, and they're all exploding. That's just a lot of dead Salt Miners. That is a lot of dead Salt Miners, and Xeno
grabbed here. Oh, wait, hold on. Alarak went into the, not Counter-Strike, into the Deadly Charge. That's going to be an Entomb from Leoric. There's a Flailing Swipe as well. Did that push ETC through it? Like, honestly, looked like Osmosis. ETC power slides in. That's going to be a triple mosh. No interrupt coming through. Alarak is going to get the Deadly Charge in as well. There's a lot of members getting very low. They're going to get one kill onto the Stukov, as well as finding a kill onto the Leoric, and then they find a Joanna kill as well. Randy Newman popping up.
Fishing for a pick here. Ariane with very aggressive positioning, gonna get knocked up here with a nice mosh pit onto 2. Fire Blast gonna come out, Lean and Clean going to drop, and the Torbus is huge. Mighty Gust not getting too much value, but Ariane is going to caught by the Torbus, gonna get killed. ETC getting killed as a follow-up here. The Bleatrix gonna have to use Wind Rush to get away, as we're gonna see now.
Can't push. Of course, normally you do want both of your damage dealers in the 4-man. Ring of Frost will not connect with anyone, but Rekt is already pretty low. Will he get out of there alive? He will. Shinobi does have the stim drone, but it's not going to be enough, and that was a pretty good Holy Word salvation from our Anduin player. My god, they're converting into 4 kills, and it will be 5.
Didn't defend it properly, and Nards went to scout it and found it. Jesus Christ, what the hell? Okay, Chen is just staggering away, eating all that damage. First challenge did go over to the blue. They got 15 seconds remaining on the prisoner cap. The Hellstorm's finding some damage onto Intangible and Ninja over here. Intangible trying to fly away, but Nards is deep in the back line. There's no more leap of faith for this guy. The Panda just has to get out on his own, and he's not going to. He gets dropped by the Blizzard. Ewok getting low in the backline, though. Taco Dog with the dive finds a second kill on the same Whirlwind, killing Zul'jin. And somehow the team fight is won by the blue team. Of course it is. Who needs a main tank when you have Chen just inting in the front line?
Confused by them not really having massive wave clear on the left-hand side for Team Happy Club, but I can see like they have tools for it. Counter-Strike from Alarak coming through. There's going to be a salvo, I think, attempted by Phoenix. They end up getting the kill onto Phoenix and ETC. Resurrection coming through from Ariel, but she steps a little too far forward, ends up going down. They're going to turn and say, Phoenix, we know you're about to be back up. They're going to pull him back in. There's nothing they can really do, and they'll be just staggered out once again. A triple kill, quad kill, I guess I would say that was...
As well as the violent reaction for Stukov coming out and getting 2. Gonna get booped out of it though by ETC. Gust coming in, stunning them into the wall. Sonya's gonna be the first to fall with the stage dive coming out onto Deckard. Flash on Mephisto, gonna die next. That's 2 dead for the side of House of Ches. Ridley on Johanna trying to get out as well, but being pursued by 4 members. Gonna fall. No, maybe not. Deckard with a great potion, but he is...
So now that we see the APOC coming out of Diablo, going for an attempt, unfortunately does not quite get that APOC combo. We don't see the Earthquake from Thrall, and it is probably going to be Spice going down, short-range deadly charge, and a Mosh Pit with a Divine Shield. The Divine Mosh, the holy cow, classic combo, and oh my god, this is rough. At this point, yeah, Bluestein does not get out of here alive. Team Rain...
Junkrat moving onto the floor. They really want some kind of pressure, and they're maybe going to get a kill into Hellstorm. They do find the Jaina kill, but the Dragon Knight is falling. Not a big wave. The fort does fall. They're like gonna get themselves peeled with that concussion mine. And nice little win for the blue team. Oh, Battlehill goes back in for the engage. They want to find the kill into Newton Rocks, who pops the Tazdingo. Should be able to finally get the kill. There you go. Johanna is hit by the root. Oh, Lucio fell as well. Oh my god. Team Greed is just cleaning up right now in this little 4v4. The Iron Skin is not enough. Midnight Fire is going to drop. I think this
setup. Sindragosa coming down, which does slow them as they are trying to make their way out. There is a decay off of that one. Truebeard in a bit of a bad spot, but the friendly team's here. Bala going to be strafing, using that damage to be not... Oh, I thought they were going to be able to get the kill on the Johanna, but they're not able to do so. Ancestor Healing comes out just in time. Elheim is trying to make their way out. They do have the Wind... Did they pop their Wind Fury? They pop it right there, and that's why you're seeing them get away. And now Trap Queen, I think, oh, they turn around at the last second, but they don't get a whole lot with the March of the Black King. This will be the Wraith Walk attempted, but that ends up getting the kill reset for Li Ming. But here's the thing, if anyone's going to die in that engagement, and it is Leoric, that's not too bad. You can slow in the spectral form, and you can also cheat depth a little bit. So there's the slow coming through. They're going to try and capitalize as they get burst down the Rhaegar. Li Ming still is a Disintegrate coming out as the summon comes out from our Thrall. Corgi Booty split from the friendly team, drops a huge sleep dart that connects onto the Li Ming. They turn around, swap the Rainer, and that's going to be 4 for 9.
Get some damage onto the Fountain of the Zombie Eradication Squad as they're going ahead and picking up the Healing Beacon since Roll1 Esports elected not to. So, that being traded out as Big Beard gets hit by the Entomb, gonna drop the Earthquake as well as a Mosh Pit coming onto 3 in the backline. Not gonna be able to be interrupted here. Gonna get nice damage onto Ariadne, Sheer, and Lean and Clean, as well as the Blatrix. Only Oreos and Sheer are gonna be able to escape.
Bears will go out from Rexar. Robert comes in for a flank. They get a kill on Thrall. Robert coming in with that flank, that stun. And now, I mean, yeah, they actually very much have... I don't know why they're playing it. This is the time not to play cautiously. Oh my god, 2-man stun. Just barely not killing Tracer. Will Ragnarok, oh my god, what is his name? Get out alive. And unfortunately, he is chased down enough. Dwarf Toss wasn't enough. Muskull now starting to take some shots. Oh no, Muskull's in so much trouble. They get a 2-man stun. Oh no. I think they might actually just go for the game here. And I think they can do it.
For this without their team there. The rotating down, Battle Hill actually gets slid. I don't think that Midnight Fire and the members of One More Fight can actually take this without ultimates. Battle Hill has the cocoon. They could pop it right now. They do pop it onto Ana. The point does go over to the members of the red team, but they find a kill onto ETC, onto Vala. Should be a blow up onto Ana as well. They could just go and take a fort with this. This is an incredible play by the members of Team Greed. One More Fight did not respect the ultimates. And
Spectral Leech looking for maybe an auto attack build here, and Entomb onto Secret Asian Man as well as the Nano Boost, but it's all going to get countered by the Blessed Shield into the Wailing Arrow, and then a Ring of Frost and Sundering to follow it up. That's going to be 3 kills with only Jaina falling in response.
Chen actually is going to split themselves. Vala has good damage into this Chen. They would actually win this 1v1, I do think. But Chen's going to kick over. Nice face melt from the ETC. 8-Bit trying to make their way up. Power Slide will connect. And they stagger out of death right there. Everyone did just come back up. Taunt, they're going to try and turn things around. They're actually going to pop the Bloodlust as well. There's going to be a Light Bomb. And they actually find the kill onto Rhaegar on top of the Vala kill. They find a Kerrigan as well. Somehow, some way, Blue Steen was able to stay alive. There was even a Twilight Dream. But
Level 20 Wind Tunnel from Falstad. It's Silver looking for those plays. Instead, it might be Braven looking for the plays. It's only going to be the Mal'Ganis who's rooted. Kingleberry is so low there, but he will be made invulnerable by the Holy Word Salvation. And it might be, aside from an indecisive fight, a very laggy fight at the moment. Yrel is so far in there, but she does have the Ardent Defender, and she is able to stay alive. Ragnarok now is the one in trouble. I don't think he's going to be able to get out to enough of those healing potions, and indeed he does go down. At this point, it looks like Boss Monster's just seeing if they can commit to the fight, but unfortunately, I think it's going to be all over for them.
That classic RQE combo from the Diablo. Azrael's going in there on the Sonya. Gets rooted, gets out. Oh, big combo. Yeah, everyone just died to the APOC. Okay. That's okay. Everyone just died to an APOC.
Ana as well as Deathwing is going to be landing down towards the backline, trying to do their best right there and getting some damage into this enemy team. Cataclysm to get them towards the friendly side, but also get some damage over time on the ground. Combustion from the Blaze will be popped, as that also will be the Bodic Emitter going down on the ground. Lily will be going down right there. Water Elemental, the Water Dragon going to be summoned, but I don't think it actually was procced once again. Oh, Viv is going to go down. They actually get the Calamity value right there as they dove onto the Lunara, but the Cassia. The back and forth over that. No, it was Lunara. Sorry, I was reading the death markers backwards. The Dude Man is going to be going.
APOC gonna start the engage, coming in. Nice jet propulsion to follow it up. The Blessed Shield comes out, or the Cursed Bullet comes out. Blaze uses combustion, puts out a ton of damage, as well as the Falling Sword, but both of the frontliners have fallen for the red team. That being said, Deckard and Ragnaros have fallen for our blue team, and a nice dive there from Rhaegar is going to secure the kill onto Sylvanas.
Against a lot of catapult pressure in that open lane. ETC goes in, so is the Dragon Blade. Dragon Blade hitting the back line, and the stun on Zul'jin prevents him from using Taz Dingo in time. But kill will be traded out. Genji is down. Thrall is so low. Chthon's in trouble, and it's going to be a Gora Monster getting out alive. He's going to be targeting. Doberman managed to get a mosh pit, but I think Doberman goes down first, and it's going to be, I think that's undoubtedly a 4th kill.
You see the blue team all bunched up. They kind of are right now. You could think about it. Oh, there's the Blessed Shield.
Welcome, everybody, to the Season 4 Heroes Lounge North American Draw Show. My name is Judo Chop. I'm your resident moderator / helper / do-gooder, and this is my host, Smokey Drago.
How's it going? And this is my co-host, Starla. It's a very cute dog. Can't quite see her because of the little border, but she's there.
Yes.
Hopefully you all enjoyed the clips.
Yeah, very nice arrangement there you did, Smokey. That was
Thank you.
That was pretty impressive. Definitely better than our previous draw show attempts. But what were you saying?
I was just going to mention, if anyone wants to find out who I am, I do also stream over at twitch.tv/SmokeyDrago. It's like down there. And Judo also streams, so definitely go take a look at him as well.
Yeah, I do more Hearthstone, so let's not get into that today. But we have some stats prepared. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Stats brought by the lovely streamer NyQuil. Shout out NyQuil, first and foremost. And so let's get into these stats and see what's what. So we have the highest KDA out of 5+ games, which is kind of a minimum. We're not talking matches, we're talking games here. So the highest is my ranked account from Team Scorpius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They averaged at 13.5, so that's pretty good, especially for how many games they ended up playing. Looking back at it, I want to say they were like up in the 20s, which was very good for the how high the KDA was.
Yeah, I mean, there were. I saw some of the other numbers that were like overall season wide, and there were definitely some other players with really high KDAs, and we're only highlighting 3. So we have Tone Phone and Brew.
Yeah. So Tone Phone was from Small Potatoes. He had a KDA of 13.11. I think that was like over. I want to say 15 games, if I remember correctly. And Brute was from, I believe, Zeratul ain't picked. The team was, I think, disbanded, so it's hard for me to tell. I could be wrong on that one, though. It's kind of hard to find all the information for it.
And then we have, I don't know which one to go first. You want the good news or the bad news?
We definitely want to go with the good news. Let's
go with the highest hero damage. The average per game. And we have Vivanshi. There you go. And that's a lot of damage considering most games don't even play past 20 minutes or so.
I mean, watching through all those replays, there were a few games that even got above like 10 to 15 kills. So I mean, 82,000 damage was very impressive. Yeah.
And we have CJ the Invader and Moonsicle following up with healthy 75+.
Yeah, and now we can get into the really fun stats.
All right,
most time spent dead.
Most time spent dead. So this is it's not only how many times you die, but it's when you die.
Yeah.
So it's. I know from Captain Thrower and Chief, and you too. Your chat always likes to meme you for feeding.
Yeah, Smoky Feeds is my actual first emote, and it'll always be my first emote.
So yeah,
if you're not dying or even playing HOTS,
I'm surprised I'm not up there on that board, but maybe
you were pretty close. You were like 5th. Just saying. You were actually really close.
Look, we'll just move on. So let's go to the second stats page. We have our most picked maps, and this I'm sure will come as a surprise to nobody. Infernal Shrines.
Yeah, that one was such a clear, easy victory over all of them. I think it had 20% more picks than the rest of them.
Which is
just to mention, by the way, this is all divisions combined, not separate divisions. We'll talk about that afterwards.
Yeah, you might have some more stats that are more localized per division.
I have lots of stats.
Okay.
Well, NyQuil gave me all of them, so I can't take credit.
yeah. Once again, NyQuil was amazing in acquiring all the replays and making a beautiful database for us to work with. So shout out to him. And then we have Volskaya. That kind of surprises me. I would expect to see Tomb up there, or
Tomb was, I believe, 4th, so it got pretty close.
Okay, but Volskaya, I don't like that map too much. I don't know.
I think the reason why teams like it is it's very team oriented, and there's a lot of decision making you can do with the Protector. I saw a lot of teams while looking through all these clips. Some of them jumped out of the Protector to actually team fight rather than fighting with the protector. It's a very in-depth map when you start playing on the higher levels. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, and even on the lower levels, I mean, the shot calling for rotations are relatively like simple. You know, you want to grab your turret camp when it comes up. You want to try and get as many items as you can.
But yeah, that's the other thing is the in-depthness from the items by itself. Also a very interesting idea from a map. I kind of wish that they kept more of the ideas for like Hanamura, for example. But you know, Blizzard
Yeah.
does what Blizzard does.
Yeah, I mean, we either have a turret or we have a nuclear warhead. So
Yeah.
I mean, there's items
then
in the game. There is items in
Third
the game.
place as well, Battlefield of Eternity. That's my least favorite map. I'm actually surprised that there's so many people that play it. It makes sense because it actually has a lot of draft knowledge behind it. But you know,
Yeah, I think it might be just a map where you know you have a solid advantage over the other team. It's a very snowbally map. You know, if you can get just good positioning and your rotations are good, you know, get caught out and you have the race, you win the game.
yeah. Something to mention about all these picks though is that back when HGC was a thing, F in chat, a lot of pro players suggested that Bell Towers was the most balanced map, which is also interesting to see that people are starting to pick up Infernal Shrines more, especially after the recent changes that they've done. Perhaps players are starting to find them more balanced.
Yeah,
I know that with my personal playstyle in Diamond, I found a lot more balance with them. Less teammates feeding, but you know.
Yeah, by Bell Towers you mean Towers of Doom.
Yeah, sorry, Towers of Doom.
Yeah,
It's
so-
stuck in my head as Bell Towers.
I remember hearing that as well. That a lot of the higher players regarded that as the most hot in its purest form.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, that's like a super in-depth map by itself, which, by the way, did not make any of the boards. It was like stuck like dead in the middle for both, or rather for all three divisions. So I'm kind of surprised by that by itself.
I personally like it because I feel like it really brings out the best in each team, or it makes you like you have to play it to 40, you know. So
Yeah.
like, and then so for our least picks maps, we have Garden of Terror, which is not all leagues that I've seen use this map. It was kind of unique to.
Oh, interesting. I did not know that myself.
Wasn't there a rework on it? Like a
There was a rework, but I think that was probably about a year ago at this point.
Yeah.
I personally hate the rework. Just personal hot take here. It's basically Tomb of the Spider Queen, but worse. Just say.
well, I think it's Tomb of the Spider Queen, but it has elements of Cursed Hollow in it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it definitely is like that. And
Like,
I
pretty-
preferred the old one, but seeing from like a semi-pro standard or amateur series, I understand why there's a big discrepancy with that. Whether people would like the old one or the new one.
Yeah, like I you know, I don't remember the old one too much. Like I started playing this game around when like Varian
The old one
came
was
out.
like Dragonshire, but you got so the plants still do the same thing. There's only one plant, and walk down one of the lanes.
Oh, and
get
you
to
picked it
control
up. You picked it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it was super strong, too,
So it's
but-
really different. So
Yeah,
they
it
pretty
was.
much just made a new map with it. But what
Yeah,
I like,
I think it, like when Volskaya came out, it kind of replaced it.
what I like is just the mini team fights around every objective because unlike Cursed Hollow, it has those little minions that spawn. You have to kill the minions before you. So it kind of gives, you know, people that are slower in the rotation, like you know, say
Yeah.
a slow tank in Div 4, a chance to get there and get to his team. Hopefully, to you know.
If it was
secure
anything
you.
like my league matches, my teammates just give it up anyways. So you know, it doesn't really matter. It's not even a map.
And then we have Sky Temple, second least favorite. I don't
Yeah.
like it at all. I just don't like how it favors siege damage on so much. You know,
It's very interesting because Sky Temple is one of the oldest maps in the game, and I remember back with HGC again, F's in chat, that it was one of the more picked maps, especially after they did the rebounds. There used to be 3 shrines that would spawn. Now it's a maximum of 2, which is a really big change for it. I'm surprised that with this season it's so low because looking back at the other seasons, it was actually higher than what it is now.
Huh.
So it's interesting how the player base is changing with that.
Yeah, and then we have All Track Pass, which is one of the newer maps that came out after the Overwatch maps, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Oh man, the timeline's all gone in my head. It's actually probably one of my favorite maps to play on. It's probably because of the hero pool I pick. I love offlaners, and offlane on that map is super impactful.
Yeah, yeah, I love
Something to mention.
I love Offlane too. It's one of my favorites.
Something to mention about all these picks was, what map was it? Oh, let me pull up my stats. The page just crashed. So with Alterac Pass, Mythic or Div 3 and 4 did not pick the map once within the season.
Oh,
Yeah, which is very interesting.
so only Div 2 picked it?
Yeah. So Legendary and Epic. So that's what the stats
Oh,
say.
okay.
So it's,
Div,
yeah.
so Div. Okay.
It's very interesting that turned out to be the case.
Do you have stats on bans for that map?
Sadly, not the software that Nyquil was using could not pick up on bans because that's all done through Discord. So we can't really track that.
Oh yeah.
I assume that was bans, but
Yeah.
not too sure why every single game would be banned or not picked. Very surprised that's 0. Just saying, if anyone is thinking about map picks, maybe you should bring it out. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, these are all stats you can use, and now we're gonna try and put them out there for everybody who needs them, and take advantage of that for playoffs. But let's transition into our other stat page we have set up. We have the highest hero win rate with
No surprise here.
Zool. I mean, I'm one of those offlane players that doesn't play Zool, so you talk about him because I know nothing about him.
Zool has had some insane changes with him. Zool actually had a very high win rate before he was changed with this series. He was doing fairly well. When he got buffed, his win rate jumped by about 20%. That's just because his skeleton's just so passively strong. He has such strong abilities, and his level 16 that reduces everyone's damage by 40% in a large AoE is absolutely insane.
He was
Looking
bugged.
at some of the
He
builds-
was banned for a short time. If I'm not.
Yeah, he was because the skeletons used to be bugged. They
were-
would
they were
spawn
double-
and they'd blow up, and then when they die, they'd also blow up as well.
Yeah. Okay.
It's very interesting to see that Zool actually got through most of the bans. I know that he's still first banned in a lot of cases. I'm actually kind of surprised that he get banned more.
Yeah, I mean, I know later in the season my team prioritized him more, but maybe that's because of he was banned out for a short period of time.
Yeah,
But-
absolutely.
And then we have Imperius, which is like good stuff for the Diablo. What is it? What is he in the lore?
He's like a guardian of war, I would assume. He's some sort of war angel. Imperius actually kind of surprises me because playing in ranked, I thought that he was actually extremely bad. Like, I thought
Well-
that he was not even worth a pick, but seeing him actually have some potential is very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it was about 8 less games than Zool, but it was still impressive. It could be that, in amateur leagues like this, it's not always the best, but it's who's playing the heroes. And,
Yeah,
generally, if you're going to pick Imperius in your comp, I would say you would probably be confident in your comp in order to pick Imperius.
Oh, yeah, I guess like that's one thing I missed about Imperius, like playing in ranked, is that you actually need a team to play around your stuns. He can do large damage, but he can't actually get anything from that.
Yeah, like
Taking just a quick step back into Zool land,
Oh,
it was
okay.
very interesting that Poison Nova only had 40% of the majority for picks, and Skeletons had 60. I thought that with the changes of Poison Nova, it would have been a lot higher.
Yeah, I mean that thing just chunks.
Yeah.
So with Poison Nova, you actually have to get hit by that green thing, or you
That
can
is
dodge
correct.
it.
So you can dodge it. There were some clips at the beginning of the stream that really showed the potential of it, where there'd be a mosh, Zool would walk in the center of them, hit his R, and just wipe out the entire team. There were counters. Anduin was a very popular pick this season, which might be a reason why Poison Nova wasn't so popular. Anduin's Holy Word which, by the way, I thought was very surprising that it got picked so much. It had about 50%, which is way higher than what I thought it was going to be. A lot of people like Light Bomb, and especially in Hero League, everyone says to go Light Bomb, right?
Yeah.
So that might be a reason why it's so low.
I mean, it's understandable. I know from playing in the lower divisions, when I would see Anduin come out, I would typically see Holy Word, and sheerly because you just wait till the stuns are out and
Yeah.
heal up your whole team. But Light Bomb, the combo potential. I mean, even just throwing it on a mosh pit, like.
Yeah, there's some clips later on here that have some really nice potential of Light Bomb, where like with ETC, it's such of a deadly combo. But it's very interesting that Anduin's even still picked. I think that he's probably the lowest performing support aside from Brightwing, inside of actual like Hero League play.
Yeah. And then we have Ana, and like I like in my head it's like banana, like banana, because she can really bring the heals, and not only
Yeah,
that,
I'm not even surprised.
but negate the heals, and
Yeah.
and she can poke, and she.
If there was going to be a highest like percentage for a healer, it was going to be Ana.
Yeah.
I believe that Malva's up there as well, which I'm not surprised by, but Ana is insane. She also, I think, had one of the highest ban rates. Again, makes sense. Of the entire season.
Yeah, I mean, it was her, and they're not. She's definitely S tier, but I don't know if there's any more like S tier healers that are like just guaranteed like. But
Yeah, just like a super stomp type of thing. Ana just provides too much utility, especially with her recent buffs that they gave her probably like 8 months ago that made her sleep dart easier to hit. Very crazy.
I mean, yeah. Oh, in addition to the poke heals, she has a stun. Granted,
Yeah.
a very skill shot oriented stun, but if you have an Ana on your team and they pick ETC, you're pretty much safe. Like,
Yeah, or even the fact that it's a stun that can hit 5 people if you talent into it. Absolutely crazy ability for a healer to have that.
yeah.
Meanwhile, Uther's over there with a stunning one character at like every 8 seconds.
And then moving on to our lowest hero win rate, we have Tychus out of 34 games. He's at 32%. And,
I'm very surprised that Tychus is so low, but at the same time, not really. Tychus provides a lot of percentage damage for a team, which against a lot of Cho'Gall comps, which there were quite a few of them, I thought would have been way more useful, but it seems like Tychus just doesn't have nearly enough utility or even engage or disengage with it. His ults seem very lacking and very old. I mean, Tychus is a very old character at this point. I think that he might be seeing a rework. Well, he might have thoughts of a rework. I don't see it happening anytime soon.
I mean, I definitely like. The fact that he can grow into a giant mech similar to like the size of his dragon is pretty damn cool. But I think he's more like a panic pick. Like if there's a Cho'Gall or a Deathwing on the other team, you all of a sudden your last 2 picks are gonna be that were normally reserved for comfort damage are immediately locked into Tychus, and not everybody's comfortable on him. He's kind of a weird hero to play around with.
Yeah.
I know like I can play Raynor well. I can play Tychus like garbage. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I get that.
because
It's surprising though that Tychus is so low because Deathwing is so popular right now too. That I thought that Tychus would have been a lot higher considering what he counters. And Chad is currently spamming Tychus' daddy, so I'm gonna back off from that subject and say if you like your big bulge Tychus, you're allowed to have it.
All right. This one we can agree with. Brightwing.
Yeah.
With 32.35% over 34 games, same as Tychus. I mean, I've seen her banned out before, which was weird, and like.
Well, so the thing is Brightwing's so strong. She's a point and click silence and like Well, it just does point and click silence essentially. That's on such of a low cooldown. She also has a global ability, which a lot of semi-pro players, or even like in an amateur series like this, would like to have on their team, especially on like maps like Dragonshire. But
Yeah.
Brightwing just doesn't have enough healing output.
It's not, yeah, the passive healing isn't amount. Like if you really want to be a good healer, you got to go into blink heal, or you got to spec into the additional healing on your E. I play a bit of Brightwing, and you really got to focus on your build. Like if you want to go the silence blow up build, or but Emerald Wind provides some utility, can save people, but she could use a tune up. And then this surprised me that the third one on this list is Arthas, because
Yeah, me too.
because in my games with Arthas, usually when we run them on solo lane, we do pretty good.
I wonder. So we can't really look at the stats of which each game came from. I wonder if there were teams that are playing Arthas as a solo tank, which I could understand a low win rate at that point. But Arthas as like a top lane solo, he beats a lot of the characters. I feel like he'd also beat Imperius, but it's hard to say because of how Imperius works in
Yeah.
a team-oriented comp.
Yeah, like generally you don't want to first pick Arthas. You want to wait and see. Okay, the DPS is Kerrigan. I can play Arthas. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um,
he's a very
so-
reactionary pick.
yeah. So it's surprising, but maybe people are using him wrong.
Yeah, I think that's
maybe-
my suggestion for like why he has such a low win rate, but no idea with that.
I mean, he's the Lich King.
Yeah.
Out of all these characters, he's the only raid boss, I believe. I never played Diablo.
Well-
So.
I mean, isn't Cho'Gall also a raid boss?
No, I'm talking. He's not on this list.
Fair. Actually, that's something else. I'm surprised that Cho'Gall didn't make the lowest win rate. I'm surprised that his win rate was actually relatively high.
Yeah, that is surprising because you like Cho'Gall is always that hero that's high win rate, and then the better teams get, he goes lower. And,
Yeah.
because he's easily counterable if you don't freak out, and I'd say you really only need one high percent damage to counter
Yeah.
safely, and then you want to play. You don't want the other team to dictate your play.
Oh
You know.
yeah. With like the Cho'Gall buffs, I'm surprised that he didn't get more games inside of this season because Cho'Gall, when he got like actually buffed, he was insane inside of ranked play.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Yep.
we have some more stats. We looked at that one. Sorry, guys. We're just a bunch of amateurs. But,
Well, okay, speak for yourself. All right, I'm over here being a pro. Arms crossed, doing nothing.
all right. We got most hero wins with Johanna, the unkillable, super stun, wave clear.
Survivable tank. She does everything. She's like an all-in-one. She even has an escape if you spec into it. She has an alt that escapes too. Although if you pick that alt, it's Failing Sword for a reason. Hot take.
I remember trying to explaining to a new player like why Blessed Shield was a good pick, and they were like, "No, but then how am I gonna escape?"
You don't need to leave with Johanna.
No, you don't. I think Hold Your Ground is pretty OP right now.
Yeah, that's definitely an interesting thing to bring up is how often... I have the stats here I can pull up, actually. Let's see. So for popularity, Laws of Hope was 43%, Hold Your Ground was 53%, and Reinforce was 3.9%. Hold Your Ground did have a 3.9% higher win rate, which isn't much. So it's interesting to see how the changes to her D talent has really affected her.
Yeah. And then moving down, we have our next most hero with most wins, and that's Jimmy Raynor.
Yeah. It's very interesting that Raynor still makes these lists, even as just a basic, the most basic ranged assassin that you can have in a game. He doesn't
Yeah.
add that much. He has some burst damage, but he is the 8th minion that you need in your squad. Jimmy Raynor.
I don't really know what you mean by 8th minion. Oh, okay.
Well,
'cause
he
there's
just pushes the
there's
lane.
7 minions. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, Hyperion, I think, was almost. I saw a lot more than the little half Misha thing.
Oh, that's the other thing. I should look at the towns for that. If I actually had Rainer pulled up, it's very interesting that these stats were so split with Rainer. If I remember correctly, let me take a look here. Hyperion had a 50% win rate with a 72% popularity pick, and Rainer's Raider had a 6% win rate with a 27.4% win rate popularity. Sorry.
So okay, because when I
So it
when
was
I
least popular but way higher win rate.
when I use Rainer's Raider, it always just dies. You know what I mean? Because I'm not
Yeah.
microing it probably as good as I should. But with especially he's such a stationary hero, or not stationary, but rather like straightforward that it allows him some more skill.
Oh, yeah.
Skill cap to be introduced to his kit.
Yeah,
So-
it's. I think that maybe that's the reason why it has such a high win rate is that the players that can pull it off and pull it off well get way more value out of it in the lower ranks, which have more games played.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
so it
then,
makes sense with why Hyperion is there.
And then we have our boy Greymane.
Grayman is he used to be the all-in-one jack of all trades, master of none type of character. He can do a lot of damage. He can do a lot of wave clear.
He's a
In
Curse
fact, I think he's
Bullet.
probably one of the best wave clear assassins. Curse Bullet also really good against the current picks. Absolutely just deletes Deathwing. Can spam it constantly. But Grayman is one of those average characters that I thought was just in general going to phase out of existence because he was in the meta for so long.
Yeah. I mean, I know if we're drafting and we're discussing and Greymane's name comes up. And
Quick question for you, Judo.
Yeah.
Can you take a look on your OBS and see what is happening with your internet?
with my internet.
Yeah, the stream's lagging a bit. Just do a quick little check.
Okay, yeah. So I'm dropping